Inspired by the poet Doris Cross, who is the founder of erasure art, or poems that take prose and turn them into poetry, and also inspired by the work of Austin Kleon, whose Steal Like an Artist book takes blackout poetry and takes newspaper articles and takes away words to be able to create blackout poems. I decided to try the concept on a Newsela article. So I chose this article, which was Hawaii Embraces Aloha Print Masks While Fighting Coronavirus, because it was appropriate for our time and also had to do with my home state of Hawaii. And started playing around with the annotation feature of highlighting the words that I wanted to take away with blue, and then highlighting words that I wanted to keep with yellow. So looking through and trying to have a found poem um, through a Newsela article by using the annotation features. I also thought about how this could be applicable in the classroom, in that students could create their um, found poetry or blackout poetry using highlights, but also annotate in ways on the side to be able to explain some of the decisions that they made as authors of their poems. So here's my poem that I wrote with some annotations on the side. Um, an example of an annotation is the word fabric really stuck out to me, and I chose to highlight fabric in a different color in this particular poem because I think I want to use it as part of the title of the poem to convey the literal fabric that the masks are made of, but also the symbolic um, interwoven nature of our island community. Um, so the this poem, can not only showcase creativity, but also some analytical reading skills as well. So on the right here, I wrote out the poem in a Google Doc, and if I could read it to you now: Fabric, aloha in Hawaii, preserves the fabric of our home. Cheerful expression, hugs and kisses, love, aloha spirit. Bright, reflecting the myriad cultures. Wearing aloha to protect, sustain, support community. Right, and these were words from the author um, of this article, Audrey McAvoy, but found in a way that that spoke to me as someone who was trying to take poetry with it. Um, Again, you could take uh, specific parts of the poem and annotate it here to be able to show that I appreciated how taking O, U, and R here from three different words is symbolic of how a community is built up of different people. Um, Also wrote that I would have wanted it to be, a myriad of cultures here to create a myriad of cultures in the poem, but I just didn't have the words. And at the end of the day, it was fine and it worked out all right. Um, uh, you can also use parts of it to the annotation feature to put out facts and things that are known that are not necessarily related specifically to the poem, but just interesting to the article itself. In the activities section, um, this is where you could possibly ask students to have a writing prompt like, why did you choose the article as the foundation for your poem? And there could be more metacognitive thinking around how um, the choices the that the author made to choose the poem created the the canvas for the poem to be created. Yeah, um, and also, this is not to say that they can't still take the quiz, right? And by taking the quiz, hopefully by reading it over and sometimes over and over again is what I found myself doing as I was trying to find words within the poem. My reading comprehension was put to the test, and I could apply that skill to to the to the quiz as well. So um, I hope that this screencast just showed you another possibility of using Newsela and in a creative way, and maybe your students might find it useful to give this a try. All right, take care, everyone, and aloha.